This is Drop Tent Media Network.
What's up, babies? Hello, Parlor children. I don't know what we're going to call you. This is episode 4. I am so excited because it's me and Meg Goetz, one of my favorite people in the world, an amazing comic, and we talk about her wedding. And we also talk about Muriel's wedding. And if you've never seen that movie, you got to go watch it now. Muriel's Wedding, one of the best movies in the world. Toni Collette is awesome. ABBA songs galore. Meg and I watched it because we got drunk together a couple nights before, and I made her watch it with me. Again, it was recorded a couple months ago, so our references are off, but who gives a shit? It was amazing. I love you guys. I hope you're having fun listening to it. And this is Meg Goetz, one of my favorite people in all of Philadelphia and all of the world. I love you. Have fun in the parlor. Just called Chillin' with Your Auntie. No, it's definitely not that one. I will say, parlor rules. I want the donkey.
Where do you think the water's coming from?
I don't know. The toilet. Cheers.
Cheers. No one.
Bring it to the parlor. We're going to like it. Hello, and welcome to Aunt Peggy's Parlor. Second episode where we actually know what the name of the show is. We have another guest, one of my favorite people, one of the funniest women, comedian, whatever in the world. I was going to say Philly, but I always hate when people are like, the funniest Philly. No, just like one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. I love you. Give it up for Meg Goetz.
Oh, that was so nice. Oh my God.
We're all drinking wine in the parlor today. Because I felt like, you know what? It's a Tuesday afternoon. It's the evening, technically. So we're just having a little Meg and Peg wine night.
Meg Peg wine night. Mm-hmm. Let's make it a thing. We'll just come to Neil's house whether he wants us to or not.
Yeah. Just be here.
Tuesday.
So welcome. Meg and I hung out this Saturday, actually. You got me in trouble with the boyfriend and everything.
Why? What?
No, just kidding.
He was just mad he didn't get to hang out with us.
It's hilarious. Oh, no, it was Friday we hung out.
Right? Oh, yeah, Friday.
No, so I was on Punchline all weekend. And
you crushed, by the way.
Thank you. It was really fun. It was a really fun, it was a fun weekend. Mm-hmm. So thanks, Punchline. At first feature, full feature weekend, which is super cool.
Congratulations.
But you were there because of the trolley show.
Oh my gosh, I love the trolley show, but I do get pretty tanked.
Yes.
Those trolley shows.
It's like kind of part of it.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. You have a whole drive back. So that's 20 minutes.
The trolley is BYOB. And if you do a good enough job, that usually the people on the trolley are drunk enough on the way back to give you their
all beer. They're doing is giving you more alcohol.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't pay for anything. I feel like a hot girl. I'm like, oh, wow, this is what it's like. How are they not just drunk every day?
I know.
It's crazy.
This is crazy.
It's good. I'm not like I feel fine. This isn't I'm not trying to shit on the way I look. But it's good. I'm not like a 15 because I'd be dead.
Yeah.
Anyway,
a 15-year-old girl or
no,
on
a scale of 1 to 10, a 15. I didn't want to say 10 because I really don't want to shit on myself that much.
Right.
Also, can we curse?
Yeah. Have you met me?
Because I started. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, sure. Of course.
Anyway, I'm so sorry. I keep derailing already. I'm having.
Okay, well, I'm gonna every time this is a drinking game show now. Anytime Meg says sorry,
okay,
we're 30 seconds in. There is no derailing when there hasn't been a train. We haven't booked tickets yet. We don't even know what the train's about. Okay, we're literally just having a glass of wine at my house, deciding if we're going to get on the train or not.
Sure,
that's what's happening.
I should probably get on the train.
Let's get on the train. Wait, so just so anybody who is listening to this, Founding Father, is that what it's called?
Founding Footsteps,
which is an amazing Philadelphia tour guide company. They have been doing these trolley shows where you get to go around the city and then comics perform for you. And Meg and I did it 2 weeks ago together, and then she did it last week while I was at Punchline, and it starts at Punchline. So we saw each other before the show, and then we saw each other after the show, and then you stayed for the late show. So basically, I hadn't really been drinking, and then as soon as the late show was over, I was like, I started doing shots with Dan.
Yeah.
And Dan is Meg's fiance.
I asked the bartender for a golden monkey, and she gave me the big one. She didn't give me, and this was the end of the night.
They only have big ones of everything.
No, that's not true. Because you know what? I also asked for one for Dan. She gave Dan a small one.
Because she likes you, because you're a hot girl, because you were a 15.
Oh, no, I think it's because when she tried to give me a small mango White Claw, I was like, get that shit out of here. Give me the big one. So I think she thought I only wanted.
Yeah, that's all you want now.
Yeah. Anyway, so that really turned the night for me. That was the turning point. And they're giving out free shots of vodka.
Of a lot of things. Yes. There
to
was
the public.
One of my favorite guys, Philly Nate, was there. He works for like Jim Beam and a bunch of other things. He was there, like, I think in contrast with the trolley show punchline stuff. So he was giving out shots of a bunch of like pre-mixed
On the Rocks, I think
it's called On the Rocks. Yeah.
Do we not want to give them a promo?
No, dude, I
really liked it.
Philly Nate is my favorite. He used to come to all of like Lovable Monster stuff. Yeah. As soon as he saw me, he's like, when are we doing something together? I'm like, I love you. You're the best.
Amazing.
But no, so I had said to Chance that, hey, I mean, it's a long weekend, right? And I work at McGillen. So it's like I worked all day Thursday, did a show Thursday night, all day Friday, 2 shows. So I was already pretty exhausted before I did the shows. I think I even saw you. I was like yawning already.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is going to be rough.
Yeah.
And I got through the shows, and then it was like me and you were chit-chatting. Dan was out, and he's kind of like a Chance. He doesn't come out that much. So when he does come out, it's like you got to party.
And he was drinking.
Yeah. When he said he wanted to do a tequila shot with me, I was like, I got to. But no, what happened was I didn't really tell Chance what I was doing, because in my mind I was like, oh, I'm going to go. Well, because what I said was like, how are you guys getting home? Because like, if I can get to South Philly, it's a little easier than getting a Uber all the way from Punchline. So you were like, yeah, come over. You got us cheesesteaks. Yeah. And I was telling you about this movie, Muriel's Wedding, which if you've never seen it, it is amazing.
It's very good. It's very sad.
Very sad. Didn't know it was sad. I had no idea it was sad. Watching it with you was pretty funny, because you were like, this is a really sad moment.
And then we hadn't even seen this. I watched the sad part by myself with Dan sleeping next to his cheesesteak. Cheesesteak because he was so drunk. He just passed out next to it.
He just completely, he went to bed as soon as
we were just watching the movie.
Yeah. And I was just playing with Birdie.
And you're like laughing out loud, and she's like struggling through her life.
Yeah. I mean, it is a pretty... Listen, if you understand why it's funny, it's the funniest movie. Okay.
No, it's really funny.
But it is like it. I've also seen it a lot. And so like, I'm also getting excited for like the next moment. Like, so she's like obsessed with ABBA. She's it's Toni Collette. She's heavier. She's still in Australia. And Rachel, I forget who her best friend in it, but she was also in like 6 Feet Under, an amazing actress herself. I think it's Rachel something. But it's all about them. And like, yeah, fucked up things keep happening. But she's like this like goofy, I don't know. The only way I can describe her is she's someone who goes like, who sticks her tongue out all the time.
She just does her own thing.
Yeah, she does her own thing.
Everyone around her uncomfortable.
Which I, of course.
Yeah, weird, you'd relate. That happened.
No, that's why you got to come to Aunt Peggy's Parlor, because I don't give a shit. But yeah, so Muriel's Wedding it's amazing. And the whole soundtrack is just ABBA songs.
It's amazing.
It's the best.
Yeah. I also think you should start sticking your tongue out more, because you loved it so much every time she did it. I'm like, Peg, you can do that whatever you want. What would she do? She'd be like, can you do it?
She'd just go,
yeah.
She like raised her eyebrows.
Something
yeah,
bad.
she's like, or when she was, like anytime she was a little nervous or she was doing something bad. No, it was really cute. But we both right away fell in love with the guy that was in love with her.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, right away, you were like, oh, that's the guy I'd be in love with. And I was like, Meg, I knew this movie, and the 3 of us would get each other. The 3 of us, Meg, Peg, and Muriel's Wedding.
Yeah, she doesn't even talk to him, right?
No, eventually.
Oh, eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
But like at the time, she has no idea he's into her.
Right. Classic. But then, okay, here's the thing. We're telling the whole movie, but
it's okay.
She ends up with like a super hot dude. And I would have been happy if she just stayed with the super hot dude. Like, I know we liked that other guy, but then once he started falling in love with her, I was like,
but see, that's my favorite part, is then the redemption was that she in the end was like, wait, I wasn't in love with you. I never. Yeah. Right. So it's like a whole thing. It's a very funny movie. You should watch it.
I don't know how more people don't know about it. I've never heard about it. So we watched it.
Yeah. And it's so good. It's funny. There are certain people who know it. I mean, it's a deep cut from the 90s. So it's like you had to either been like the biggest Toni Collette fan or like an ABBA fan. I don't know. I learned it from my best friend, Erin Doyle. which shout out, it's her birthday today. So shout out.
Happy
The
birthday.
Doyle sisters.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. The Doyle sisters and the O'Leary sisters are the same, 5 girls, 1 boy. And they loved it. So then my sister and I, so me and my sister, we share best, like basically our best friends are sisters. So like Megan and Loretta and me and
That's
Erin.
really
So
cute.
like we all watched it together. So like it reminds me of them and like you're terrible,
You're
Muriel.
terrible,
That's
Muriel.
why I say it all the time. So that her one sister's like kind of real goofy and she's like, you're terrible, Muriel. And so like anytime something weird happens in my life, I usually say it, or if I'm like with people who know it. So I kept saying it to you that night.
But that phrase is fun too because she doesn't mean it. Like she's saying it like she loves her. Like,
yeah, she's saying
Muriel will be like doing something awful, like stealing money from her parents, and she'll be like, "Oh, you're terrible, Muriel," but like smiling.
Yeah,
and
but she's
happy.
smiling. Well, no, she's like, it's like the perfect sister thing because it's like, you're in trouble,
You're in
Muriel.
trouble, yeah.
And then she changed her name to Mariel at one point. I love it. Okay, so sorry. Again, this is not a movie review show, but watch it. It's very good. But no, so I come home at like 2:30 in the morning, and Chance is like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
Told him.
I thought I did too, but I never hit send.
Oh,
the text message.
Oh,
So then I'm like, I wake him up, and he like, and I'm like, first of all, we weren't even drinking much.
Whoa. Not to call about. He went to sleep.
Yeah.
I'd want Dad to be like hunting me. Like
No, but he knew I was with you. He just didn't know. He didn't know I was
I
going.
thought he thought you were just at Punchline and then
No. But even that, he knows what are the 2 things I'm going to do. I'm either going to go to Helium and hang out or stay at Punchline or whatever.
Fair enough.
So I realized when I'm in the Uber, I text him, oh my God, I never sent the text. So then I get home and Gus is freaking out because he can smell Birdie. Their little puppy is so cute. She's the best. So Gus is like smelling me. Plus I have a cheese stick in my hand.
Right.
So then no, Chance wasn't really mad, but he was like, okay, so you went and watched a movie, got cheesesteaks and hung out with another dog. You did basically cheat on me and Gus tonight. And I'm like, okay, well, you put it like that. Yes, you did. Yes, I did.
You brought some of the cheesesteak home for Gus, though.
Yeah, I did. I brought it home.
You said
for
that.
Gus.
You're like, this is for Gus.
This is for Gus.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm giving it to Gus. No, but that was really fun.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chance. I didn't know. I thought he knew. I thought you knew.
Yeah.
I'll text you next time.
Also, I'm like, thinking back to like 3.5 years ago before Chance, that like I would have woken up and been like, what a wholesome night. And now I have a boyfriend that's like, what did you do? You hung out with another dog? I'm like, yeah.
Scandalous.
I turned into an old lady. I literally went home with my friend. We didn't even drink when we got to your house. We just watched the movie.
We could have. I didn't even think about that.
No, because we were already pretty drunk. Yeah.
I was like, I need food more than anything else for sure.
No, but yeah.
That was so much fun though. It was such a fun night.
I love those random fun. I think that's the other thing it reminded me of. This is like, I'm like, I miss those nights of like, you're like, where should we go? What should we do? And that was probably the most wholesome of the things we could have done. But like, it's still nice to be like, I don't know, like you didn't know I was going to crash your house and like make you watch a movie.
No, but it was a good time. I feel sad sometimes. Like, I feel like there's not like a hang after shows as much anymore. And that's like what I lived for when I
loved it.
But it was messy for sure. But I'm sad that we don't get to do that as much anymore.
I know.
So.
But I don't think it would be messy as much anymore because we are all adults. But I think what's happening is now the younger generation's hanging out.
And we're not
invited at all.
Oh my God, don't say that. You're right. They are.
I mean, I'm sure if I showed up somewhere, they would let me hang out. I don't know.
If you just rolled up, they'd be like, fine.
They're like, okay.
Me too. I don't even know if they'd let me. I think they'd be like, ooh, we're ending. We're closing up shop.
Yeah. No. But you are engaged. And
I am. I'm
you're
not wearing my ring. I forgot.
Oh, it's okay.
I thought about that too.
Do you not wear it?
No, I do. But I don't know why I took it off. I took it off one night and then I forgot to put it back on. We're getting married at a summer camp and that's been causing a commotion with our family. They hate it so much. Oh my God. Mostly my family when I say our.
Because we've talked about this before. So is it because they're going to have to stay at the summer camp? Like, and there's not like a beautiful hotel nearby?
So it's partially because my mom wants me to get married in church.
Right.
So that's a big part of it. But then, yes, also I want them to stay at the camp and have fun because we're going to be drinking and I anticipate like having fun. However, I told all of them, including like people in the bridal party, like, you don't want to stay, you don't have to. There's
Right.
Airbnbs and hotels around. Like, I was like, you're just going to miss out on whatever happens, like, in the wee hours of the night. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they still hate it. They're like, you can't get me to sleep in the cabin. I was like, I'm not trying to make you. And then also, like, what do we wear? Is it formal? And it's just like, it's still a wedding. It's just at a summer camp.
But also, this is what I was trying to say to you. Like, the rustic look is the look right now.
I know.
So, like, honestly, it's like if you weren't saying summer camp, if you were like, we're staying at a beautiful barn and we didn't call them like cabins, we called them like no, like it's almost like Yellowstone. It's like we're staying at a beautiful ranch.
Beautiful.
And there's a barn, and will it be a little muddy? Because yes, but then you're gonna stay in the quarters that the guys on the ranch stay. It's the same thing. It's just it's just like you need a better PR person.
I need
to be your PR person.
To my family.
I need to be like, listen, this is my mom and I never even like scratched the surface of me getting married, and she still would say things like, you won't let me plan your wedding. I can already tell. I'm 16, Mom. Yeah. You're right.
It's making me feel like I mean it's hard because like they're so supportive of me and they love me so much, but my personality and like kind of my role in my family is like laid back, do whatever. So they're not used to me having like really strong opinions about the stuff that I want or what I want to do or where I want to go. So for them, this is like very like, I feel like out of nowhere. So they're having a hard time. Like at first they're like, is this because this is what Dan wants? And I was like, no, I want this. But oh, okay. This is a thing that I'm going through right now with Dan. This is so dumb, dude. And no one has liked this idea. No one.
Bring it to the parlor. We're going to like it.
I'm yelling. I want to have a donkey there. And I want the donkey.
Tell me this. You did.
No, I've come up with more of an idea. I want the donkey to give out fortunes.
Okay. So this is a magical wedding. See, this is what I mean. You did need a PR person.
I'm like, my face is honestly, red telling people because I know they hate it. Everyone hates it.
But okay. How does the donkey give fortunes?
I demand a donkey.
How does the donkey tell fortunes? Because I don't hate this.
They're in his satchel and you pull one and it's going to be on camp paper and it's going to be folded like a cute little note from camp.
Okay.
And it's going to be a love.
Did you go to a camp?
I did.
And you like loved it?
I loved camp. Yeah. I love nature. I grew up in the Poconos.
Right.
That's the other thing. I'm like, guys, we live in the woods.
Okay. Here's another thing. Because we're comedians, people assume we're doing something for the joke.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. They think that's what I'm doing.
This is what you're doing.
And they also think that because I was really rowdy when I was younger, they're like, you're just focusing on the party. You're not focusing on the wedding. And that's so far from the truth. I'm making so many decisions that like, are just like little like things that fit for me and Dan, you know what I mean? But it's just not fancy. We're just not fancy people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, do I want to do drinking games once everybody leaves and it's just the people staying at the camp? Yes.
Of course. But that's the after party.
That's the after party. Like, I still want a beautiful ceremony. I still want.
Can we bring up the summer camp? What's the name of it?
It's called Camp Shahola.
Camp Shahola. Okay.
Yeah.
I shall be back.
I don't know if like, because I've tried to find a lot of pictures.
Oh, okay.
So.
Never mind. Gotcha.
You might be able to.
I was trying to.
How did you find the place?
I was just looking for camps in the Poconos. This was the other thing is like, I didn't want a wedding venue pretending to be a summer camp. So like, I feel like they probably would have been happier if I picked something that was like, this is camp adjacent. I wanted a summer camp. I want to make it a wedding.
Yeah. So like, I guess that's my thing is like, so are they getting a little bit more on board? Or
yes.
they're still...
Oh my God. They're trying, but then they do this thing. And I need to say a million times, I love my family and I appreciate them. And if they listen to this, I love you so much.
You're in Aunt Peggy's Parlor. We're trying to work out the problems you can't. That's the whole point of this podcast. We're trying to work out the problems that are hard to tell the people closest to you. And I am a therapist, you're a drunk therapist who's like, all right, maybe we make Mom in charge of ceremony.
Right.
Like, hey, Mom, you are in charge of ceremony. Obviously, this is not because I want to be a partier.
Yeah.
It's not because, like, yes, do I love the aspect, but also like that's what I mean. Like it's like you just need like another.
See, so there's that big green field there. Can everyone see that? Or
So I'm gonna bring it up just for the little
here's my
illustration.
thing.
So
I love
cabins,
this. I love
everyone
a
can
theme.
stay in those cabins.
Right. I also love a theme where like so now all of your
Closest loved ones can stay.
right there, but also everything you do can have this like fun vibe to it.
Right.
But then
Ignore
have
the
this,
gun.
What?
Ignore the gun.
Yeah, so this is for just the audio listeners. We're looking at like an illustration of the campground.
Wait,
just
what
as you
is the
would see.
gun?
There's a shooting
Firing
range.
range,
Yeah, but we don't. That's like during the camp.
So yeah, and there's not too many pictures. I think Meg was right. It's like kind of a lot of just camp
A
photos.
lot of kids, which is so annoying because every time I look, I'm like, I don't want to see any of these kids.
But it
Yeah,
looks,
there's a
but it looks
lake.
gorgeous.
It's so beautiful.
It looks
It's
very,
really
very nice.
gorgeous.
And you've
Look at
been
that
there.
lake.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I've been there multiple times.
Yeah.
And then like,
And you
so
already
that
locked it
greenery-
in. Like it's not.
I
You're not.
locked it in.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like.
So you guys better fucking love it right now.
Yeah.
You know, everyone be nice. And
No,
then
but
right
that's what
down
I'm
there,
saying,
the
but,
bottom
like-
left is where the reception will be. It's not that much walking for people.
By the
like-
left.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
not that green. It's actually the white building.
Okay. Yeah. The big building.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's
that's
super
great.
cool. And I think that's the thing. It's just. I mean, did you show her that?
They've all been to the camp.
Oh, so they've been. They still can't see it in their heads.
No, I mean they can. So what I was gonna say, and again, I really feel bad, but when they get on board, they get like 2 on board, and then they're like suggesting ideas that are kind of like insulting in other ways. Like they're like, what if everyone ate off mess kits?
Yeah. You were telling me that. It's like you're like it's still a wedding.
Yeah. So it's like a balancing act. And I get it. Like they're trying, like that was like a genuine attempt to be positive. And I was just like,
Yeah, this feels like all we're missing is like a PR spin. And it's gonna be great. So wait, when are you doing it that there's not camps going on? So I guess you're not
September.
you're doing
20th.
September. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, the way I picture it, it's kind of like, think like woodland fairy elegant. I know that's so fucking lame.
No, also, can I say
But
this without
picture it.
without being like it's not a horror movie? It's reminding me of
God.
what's the movie
Family, are you listening? Stop listening.
No. It reminds me of a Swedish. What was the movie that
are you thinking of
Florence Pugh was in?
Oh, Hereditary.
No, not
Oh,
Hereditary.
not
thinking of
Hereditary.
it,
Oh, the
yeah.
other one.
No.
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
That's what it is. Midsummer.
Midsommar, which was basically a beautiful fairy woods. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Like the
Yeah.
beautiful part, not the
Yeah,
sacrificing
and there
part.
will be murder. So
Yeah, when you said
Yeah.
donkey, I was like, so we're sacrificing a donkey.
Wait, you guys didn't tell. You guys hate it too, right? Everyone hates it.
I don't know. I
Neil's a
don't.
fan.
I need you
I'm a
to
fan.
elaborate.
Well,
more.
Dan's like, why is there a donkey at the wedding? He's like, it's my wedding. I want it.
Well, are donkeys well behaved? That
Yes.
if we go in the
Okay,
satchel,
listen, I posted on Donkey Reddit, and they gave me a lot of advice.
okay,
Okay.
bring it
First
up.
of all-
No, I'm kidding.
No, first of all, they are very well behaved. Second of all, a trainer will be with them. So it's not like it's just like a free roaming donkey. Second of all, I don't know, like I could talk to them. Maybe it's not they like reach in on their own and grab it, but are given one. I don't know about that part. Third of all, they have little tiny poop things that catch their poop. So they're not going to be pooping all over.
Okay,
It catches it.
Yeah.
And apparently, the Reddit went so far as to tell me it doesn't smell that bad.
oh great. I was gonna say, like,
Okay.
I like this. Have you ever? Wait, what are you gonna?
I was gonna say, did you ever? I grew up like my sister they had a donkey in like the backyard, and it's not.
No,
like,
but
a
The only
big
issue
deal.
would be braying, but it's only for the it's literally 1 hour. It'll
Right.
just be there for the cocktail hour.
easy.
Okay, first of all, every wedding in Delco, or I'd say 95% during the cocktail hour, even at the most beautiful venues, the greatest, there is bago and other games for people outside. If it's an outside venue of any sort, I've been to multiple weddings where they have like bago, is like cornhole.
Oh yeah,
They have cornhole. They have like all these games outside, and it's like that. I think is that's what I mean. We're living in like such a rustic
and it's gonna be
wedding.
decorated.
It's gonna be
it comes
gorgeous.
with decorations on the donkey, like flowers and stuff.
I love it. I was gonna say instead of like, what if it was like, you pulled a color or like something that where the donkey went you then pulled something out of it. Like you let the donkey wander in whatever color or whatever like circle it hits, then you pull from that. Wait, because can the donkey like I guess in my mind it's in like a little captive, but it's not. It's just wandering.
It's just connected to like a rope. And it like when you saw the field, like it would be in one part of the field. Like people
you go to the donkey center.
I was gonna say old people, that's probably not their jam. But like fun weirdos like me, well, when I would stay with, that's the thing I keep thinking about. Like if like I went to a wedding and there was a donkey there,
that would be my favorite part.
I'd be there until it left.
100% chance, and the trainer would be best friends.
And that's why I don't understand why everyone hates the literally friends that are weird like me are like,
okay, because
maybe put this one to bed. And I was like, well, I'm saving it for a divorce party, okay? Because
I say we're not done with the donkey. Okay. I say it's just that I think you got to get your other donkeys in a row before you get the donkey at the wedding. Because
I'm pretty on top of it.
Okay. I think that's my only thing is like the setback is like, if I'm your friend being like, your mom doesn't even love right now. It's at a summer camp.
But I'm kind of
you're
like
bringing a donkey also. I'm
kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, dude. She already hates it. What more can she hate?
Right.
I mean, my mom loves me. Again, I'm painting them to be way worse than they are.
You are not. You're painting it exactly right.
Like she wants me to be happy, and like if they're paying for it, they're paying for the venue, so it's not like they're like controlling me. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I
think she just like I'm her little girl, and she pictured me in a big beautiful church and then a big beautiful venue, and I said no, I want to be in the mud. You know what I mean? With a donkey.
Yeah, I feel like we got a hell of the donkey to like the week before. I
haven't told them. They don't know about the donkey.
They don't know about
They don't know about the donkey.
Okay.
They don't know at all.
All right. No. Do not let them listen. I mean, I'm
don't evil laugh like that.
We're not releasing this till the week before the wedding.
No, it's okay. I mean, I've kind of floated it out as a joke a couple times and it got the reaction I thought it was going to get. So,
I think the other thing is that
there was one family member who I'm not going to say who it was because I really don't want to hurt her feelings. I texted it to her and I said, "What do you think about this?" And she goes, "Haha, it's cute." I said, "Wow, that's crazy." I was convinced you're going to say it was like disgusting and not classy. She goes, "Haha, well, you're not going for classy."
Well, you're not. You can't get mad at her for.
I am. I'm not going for elegant, but it's a wedding. I still want. Okay, it to be right. Classy.
We have talked about it. Yeah, it's still classy.
Yeah. It's going to be beautiful.
All right. But again, I think this is semantics on both you and the family side. And I'll say
the classy thing?
No. The whole thing. It's like, why do you want to get married at a summer camp? Like, why do you want to? It's like if you said I'm getting married in a beautiful field next to a barn.
Right.
Totally different thing. And oh my God, so quirky. There's going to be a donkey and it's going to read a fortune, right? They've gone here. They haven't seen it beautiful like the venue, right? And so I think what her saying, hey, you kind of, I don't know who this person is, but you kind of insulted her by saying, wow, I can't believe you didn't like it. I thought you were going to tell me it's not classy.
No.
Okay. You don't think?
Very bougie, like very bougie. So like, I don't think she'd be insulted by that, like at all.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
But you're insulted because she's like, you're not going for classy.
Yeah. She thinks, it's not that she said like, it's not. Just knowing all of the context, like I know that she just thinks she also asked if she could bring her dog to my wedding. So she just thinks it's like a dirty, filthy camp wedding. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so when she said it, I was like, oh,
and dogs are not allowed.
No, only mine.
Only yours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She'll be there too.
And of course, because why would dogs be allowed to a wedding? Yeah. Kids shouldn't be allowed to weddings.
Yeah, they're not going to be there. That's the other thing. Dan was like, if we were having kids, then the donkey probably would serve a better purpose. And I was like, I don't want kids around a donkey, dude.
Yeah, that donkey's for me.
That's scarier. It's for me. I want to pet its big long ears.
You know you're not going to have time to be with the donkey.
I will. Don't say that. Don't you say it? Well, I was already thinking about that too, because it's just for cocktail hours. So I would have to go. The first thing we do is take a picture of the donkey.
Well, that's what I was say. Is like part of your pictures taking after the ceremony. The first thing that happens is you and Dan take pictures with the donkey. Right. Listen, I am Meg, I am.
You
Aunt
hate
Peggy.
it. She
I'm
hates
here
it. Do you hear
for
it?
it. I do not hate it.
This is what everyone's
I
like,
do
you're
not hate it.
insane. I don't know why I like this so much.
I
don't
love
know.
it for you. I just think
Did you catch that?
I will be
For
next to that
me?
donkey. I will be next to that donkey.
Mhm,
I will lose
mhm.
my boyfriend to that donkey if we are at this wedding. Okay. But I'm
I
saying
think I
it
might have
like-
lost my mind. I don't know why.
See,
Yeah.
I do think there's a little bit like you're double downing. You're like, you don't think it's classy? I'm going to make it so classy and have a fucking donkey, which is the
I was
weirdest double
Thinking
down.
about that, I was wondering if that's what it was, but I just think it's like very.
Like even you texting the person you know that's going to go, no, this isn't up my alley. You want to be pushed. You want them to keep opening this wound.
I was floating that out there because that's the only way to like ease them into it. First of all, like I can't just spring it. Like I have to like be like meh, and then finally when they're like a donkey, I'm like, yeah, I've been talking about it for a while. So that's what that was. And I did try to think, and I'm like, am I doing this just to be like rebellious? And I don't think I am, because like, thing about me, I fucking love it. Like when I went to Colorado, I went on a fucking goat hike. Everywhere I go, anytime I travel, I'm trying to go to some form of fucking meet the animals. Like my friends have told me before, like, you need to knock it off. Like there's petting farms in Philadelphia.
Yeah, like
knock
you're
it off.
fine. You're right.
So like this is a very specific to me thing where it's like, I don't think I'm doing it just to be rebellious because I don't want to do that. It's not worth the fight if it's just to be rebellious. And I was also like, a little bit of magic, a little bit of fortune telling.
Yes, I love this. Again, I think it's all a PR thing. I don't think it's rebellious. We're using the wrong word. I think there is a deep quirky or whatever the word you want to look, or this urge to be like, I want something different and fun and unique and me.
And I think
that is what's great. And what sucks is that you had hoped, but we all do this, right? You go to your family, you're like, okay, I know I'm not having my sister's wedding, but like, here's my idea. This is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to still be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't like, Meg, it's your wedding. Let's do it. They're like, why do you think? Like, they're actually like, they're like therapizing you. Is that a word? That's not a word, right?
It could be. Well, I understood it. I think that counts.
Yeah. By like being like, why are you doing this? Like, why do you? And it's like, there's not a bigger meaning except for that the meaning is it's my wedding, and not in the like, it's my wedding and I want it. It's like, no, it's my wedding. And I've never been to a wedding like this. And I think people should start having weddings that they want to have.
Yeah.
Like I say it all the time. I'm like, I want a beef and beer wedding. And granted, it might be, it's funny. I have always been more of the party person, and I like a party, but I like a party I want everyone to have a good time.
Yeah. 100%.
I want to be able to see everyone. I don't want there to be like a maitre d' guy coming up and being like, okay, and in 2.5 seconds, we are about to cut the cake and go for Meg. You're like, no, I don't need like the wedding planner.
Yeah.
I want the donkey planner.
I think it's unique. I think it's something that people will talk about forever, for better or worse.
Great.
It will be
for richer or poor.
Yeah. Mary and the donkey.
Just in the end.
And
we just cut to Meg. She's whispering donkey, like, I really said donkey, not Dan.
Yeah. I've actually been seeing the donkey the whole time. No. But I think there's a lot of reasons for it. I think it's something different. I think it's something people will remember. I think it's a great opportunity for like photos.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's like that dumb.
No.
It's at a summer camp. I think it invokes that childlike camp. Like,
so you get the whole camp.
I get the whole camp.
So like people who stay at the camp are like, they're just on. That's what. So it's not like other people are renting out cabins.
Exactly. No, we are offering cabins to the people who want to stay on the camp.
Gotcha. Well, that's
and
also
it's free.
nice.
They don't pay. No one's paying us to stay
right.
There. And they can stay the whole weekend. The camp's letting us go there as early as Thursday night to start setting up.
Nice.
And the wedding is on Saturday.
Are you doing like I always say dress rehearsal, rehearsal dinner?
Yes. Yeah. But that would probably be in Milford, which is like 20 minutes away, in like a cute little town in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And that's where I think I want to. So like, I don't want to get ready at the camp.
No.
So what my plan is to stay over in Milford on Friday and go to, I've already talked to like a hair place and just go to the salon there and then get a ride over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not even like they have to like shower the day of and get ready in the camp. It's
right.
Basically the only night I really need them to stay there would be the wedding night if they want. Again,
They don't have to.
they don't have to because it's not worth it to me to fight about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
No.
I get it. You don't want to sleep in a cabin. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Missing out.
I
I've
love
done
it.
it before. I've done it. The reason I'm so excited about it is because I've been to a camp wedding before and it was the funnest wedding I've ever been to. And also it was so amazing to see like people, their actual wedding day, people weren't like bombarding them to have conversations because most of their like the people they love the most have been with them since Friday.
Right.
And you were seeing them on Sunday because like they were staying over. My parents are going to there's like these 2 big grills and they're going to make breakfast for everybody on the Sunday after.
This is great.
So yeah, so like, it's just like, it's really beautiful. I like being in nature and I think it's going to be really fun.
I think it's great.
And I'm really on top of it. Like we already have catering. We already have venue. We already have a coordinator. We already have pet care. Like I tried to reach out to the hotels and they said it was too soon. Like there's literally nothing else for me to do but talk about this donkey.
It's too soon to get hotels
Because they don't have,
They
I
don't
was
do
talking
block
about
off.
blocks. Yeah, it's over a year away. So it's September 20th, 2025. So they said they wouldn't know their rates for their rooms until
That's
like
weird.
they said hit them up like they didn't say hit them up. They said reach out like at the year mark. is
At the
when
year
they can
mark.
start.
Okay, yeah.
And
Okay.
same with like the travel there, like until you know the hotels, you can't really figure
Do
it
that,
out.
yeah.
So I'm kind of
You're
at like,
good. You're
I'm
golden.
really good. Like we think we're gonna have Eric as our photographer.
Nice.
We haven't told him yet. So
I love Eric. He's the best.
He's the best. He takes really fun, like kind of moody, cool pictures. So.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. See?
Yeah.
I will say Parlor rules. I want the donkey. I say you don't bring it. No, I'm not even saying. I'm saying it's a fun thing if that's what you want. I'm saying you don't bring it up. Don't bring it up again until like a month out.
I'm never bringing it up. I'm not telling anybody.
It's a fun surprise.
Only the guests that listen to this episode will know I'm not telling a single soul.
No.
Because I want to surprise some people. We also might not do it because like Dan is still on the fence about it too.
I love that Dan doesn't like it. That's so funny. What of any of this is Dan? And
his only argument, he's always like, I just need a good reason. He's like, why is there a donkey at our wedding? And I was like,
and I would say, why isn't there a donkey at your wedding?
No. I mean, he's trying. God bless him. This is his first husband and we're not even married. But like, he's like, I just want it to make sense. Like, I don't want people to be like, what the hell? And I was like, but I like it.
You like donkeys. Okay.
I just think the whole experience, like, I think if I went to a wedding and there was a dressed up donkey in flowers, not like a suit. That'd be really weird.
I really want the suit now.
You know what else I said to him? That he was like, close your phone and go to bed. I was like, what if we got it a unicorn horn?
I love it.
I'm getting more and more embarrassed because people have only hated it. And maybe I am just going crazy. Maybe this is a phase and we won't do it. But like, the more I think about it, the more I like it. And that's the terrifying part.
Well, I think that's perfect for you. That's what you need. Like, I don't know. Everybody has like, there's something like, that's what you want. And I mean, as long as it's not like crazy expensive.
It's not.
Like then
I've looked into it.
I love that you've looked into it.
What else is this donkey doing? Come on. Yeah, he's available.
I mean,
He's
it's not
available.
cheap. Like, that's the other thing I was telling Dan is like, I never spend money on myself. I'm not the type of person to go crazy. And I think it's hilarious that if I want to make like a big wedding purchase, it's going to be a fucking donkey. Like that's,
yeah.
So I am doing it to be funny a little bit, I guess. But
that's,
I am.
We do everything to be funny.
Oh, come on.
Literally, there's
Like,
not
this
a
is
thing.
cool.
Honestly, whatever I'm not being the funny version of Peggy, I get in a lot of trouble, which is
Everyone
what
should
I'm about to
prefer.
bring up. Like I have been thinking about this recently. Like I think we've talked about it, but like I look back in points in my life and I am like the justice person.
I'm the same way.
I am like,
Has to be fair.
even if it's making me actually the problem, I just am so about injustice. I hate it. And I like, and I have definitely ruined there's got to be a reason that I'm still a waitress at 37.
No.
Starting a podcast that I took a year with Neil to think of a name or just would call Neil and be like, I just don't think anyone likes me. He's like, well, he's like, I can't really teach you that.
People like you. That's the thing that I try. Like, I hate when you say that.
Well,
like,
but it's like,
it's you. You're telling yourself that.
I'm telling myself, but I also do shoot myself in the foot a lot when I get like my high horse and I go like, no, I think this is right or wrong. And the truth is, though, I will say, I mean, that's not wrong of like everybody. It's like, yeah, if you're outspoken, somebody's going to protest.
It's really hard, especially in comedy. Like, I feel like I've had comedy, like you just can't avoid it.
Mm-mm.
It's too many weird personalities in one room. Like you're gonna find one that you
not
don't
just
mess
comedy. I'm like everything. Like starting in grade school, like I really was obsessed with Catholicism. Did not really get why everybody else got to be Catholic if they weren't being as righteous as I was. You know what I mean? Like I've always had that a little bit. And so I don't know why, but I'm in a Delco restaurant review page. And I shouldn't be because it infuriates me all the time because the reviews are always negative, which obviously most reviews are.
Page, yeah.
But this is what I wanted to tell you guys because I'm I can't tell
I'm so excited
if I was right or wrong or if, and you know what's so annoying is it's like, there was such a time in my life where I could be like, I just got drunk and I've said whatever. I'm like, no, I spent time editing this.
Wait, did you post? Oh, wait. Okay.
So I posted on a post because what happened was I liked the post. The post was like, it was from an anonymous member, but it's like when you go to a restaurant and bring your kids, make a ridiculous mess, then leave $4 tip on $60 bill. At which point do you tell yourself that's okay? Server doesn't equal servant. And if you can afford to eat out, please make sure you can afford to tip. If not, stay home or go to a drive-through. Thank you. So, and the woman posts the picture of the thing and the $4 with like a line across like where the cash is, whatever. I mean, where like you would put the tip in. So I'm reading it being like, oh, everyone's going to agree with her. And 100%. One of the top contributors, because they can tell you that, goes, I don't understand why the server's tip is determined by the price of the food. The price of the food has nothing to do with the service. 60 people like that. I cannot tell you how, and I'm going to say this out loud to anyone. That is just, I don't know, commerce. It's okay. Brad Pitt's agent makes more money because he's Brad Pitt's agent, right? You get 10% of that. I get 20% of what I sold you. I don't give a shit if you come here and you say, well, I knew exactly what I wanted. Well, you go buy $1 million house because you knew exactly what you wanted. That realtor's still getting a commission off the price of it. That is just the world, right? And I'm getting infuriated because I normally like this review page because they're like, a lot of times people are like, it's a mom and pop store. Don't say that. And then like, whatever. Well, so then this person goes, and then one girl goes, okay, then maybe the mom should have accounted for the mess her kids made when she only left $4. I have 4 kids and always clean up after them. And then it got into that. I'm like, we're getting away from the original problem. No. You cannot go to a restaurant. So it's a lot of people. And then I was getting, I don't know. I mean, it's not even probably that bad, but I just am like, I feel kind of bad about it because there's so many people on this thread and it's not anonymous and people know.
Did you get a lot of likes for it?
I only got 8, which I'm pissed off about.
But that's still good.
It's still better than nothing.
Wait, you posted, sorry.
So I'm commenting under that guy, Mike name. I don't know.
Say it. Name. Call him out now.
I don't know. It's like something. But no, I wrote, so I wrote under this because then he goes, I wrote, this is the dumbest comment on a restaurant review page. Why do you tip based on the bill? ? Why do realtors make more money on more expensive houses? Why do managers and agents get 10% of the athlete or actor's salary? If you live in America, then waiters are getting less than $3 an hour to work for you, to serve you, to make sure your food is prepared. Oh, because that's what everyone goes, well, they don't prep the food. Fuck off. to make sure that it's prepared right, get you everything you need to enjoy your meal. We may not prep your food, but we are the ones that make sure it is right when it comes out. We're also the ones that make sure you have a good time. Trust me, if customers had to talk to people prepping and cooking their food, you'd hate going out. Cooks are hotheads, servers make the experience. Do not review or go to restaurants if you think giving $4 to someone who waited on you for hours is right. If Americans cared about servers, then this would change and we'd get a living salary. But you don't. So in the meantime, stay home or don't fucking go out if you don't have the money to tip.
This is pretty hot. That you did come in pretty hot.
Came in hot.
I mean, I agree with you.
I came in hot.
I also like my dumb brain goes, come to table more, get more money. You know what I mean? Like if I'm buying a bunch of things, obviously the tip's going to be higher. Do you know what I mean? Like
That's
all that
what-
other stuff. Like it's like you waited on me a lot, so yeah, that makes sense. That I have to now pay for the amount of effort I made you do.
Right.
I think starting by calling them dumb was a pretty big...
I said, this is the dumbest comment. Also, it is. I know I'm wrong. And
You're not wrong. You just...
better approach. PR.
We need to work on our PR.
We do. And
That
that's
was-
the thing.
I hate that for you because I've had so many times on Facebook where I've read something and I've angrily stewed and I've typed a thing and I read it 15 times and I took a screenshot and I sent it to 15 people and then I post it and immediately you would think you feel good because you've been so angry, but you feel worse.
Yeah. This I don't feel bad about because
You don't feel bad. You're not worried.
I don't
about
feel
it?
bad about I don't feel bad about that guy. Obviously, it was a waitress that posted it, and
right.
he was like,
being an asshole.
he was being the asshole.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, no, you're in a restaurant review page, which means I think you know restaurant etiquette. I'm not even, listen, I think it's rude to not tip more than 18%. But listen, I get it. I've worked in the business my whole life. But 20% is baseline, especially in places like PA where you're still only making $2.90 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
We make no money if you don't tip us. It's just this.
Yeah.
Now, that's what I mean. Like if the conversation wants to be about the owners and all that kind of stuff, that's a different conversation. Like, but his comment was the first comment and he's a top contributor, which means he posts on there a lot. So that's why I was like, you're dumb. And you shouldn't go out to eat. And you're the kind of people that shouldn't go out to eat because you're also the kind of guy that goes like your waitress isn't guaranteed to like cleaning up the mess is like, that is a part of your job. The woman being like, I get though, there was a bunch of kids, you were rude. I came in hot but you know, words haven't always been my strong
Fuck
suit.
that guy. I think your words were maybe too strong. Maybe that's what it is. They're your strongest suit. And
Yeah.
you need to like make them
Tone
less
it down.
strong. Yeah.
But
I agree with you, but I'm still like scared.
I was
You know
just
what
like,
I mean?
whatever. What is he gonna like?
No, fuck him. Seriously, because it is very dumb. And I do agree, like,
And he hasn't commented or anything.
but he won, right?
But
Doesn't
I don't
he?
know. I kind of wish I like won one. Like he got 60 likes.
Was it the first comment? Sometimes if it's like
probably is,
if it's the first comment, it just gets a lot of.
I just whatever. This is dumb. But I just am like,
I'll join the group. Everyone join the group and go like Peggy's comment. Let's all like it. So it
I'll
gets over
like
to
it. Yeah.
60.
No, I mean like it's whatever. I just find it funny. You can't say you're a foodie. You can't say you review restaurants. You can't say you do all that stuff if you don't know the basis of restaurants, right? So it's like I don't know. There's like, and it's another whole conversation, but it's like there's not another industry that everyone uses so much that doesn't still go, oh yeah, the waiters are a part of it. Like if you wanted the people who prepped your food or whatever, then you're at a drive-through, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I love going to drive-through. I think we should probably tip them too. Who gives a shit? But like the people being like, well, they didn't even prepare the food. It's like, you know, that's not what we're doing, right? Like we're not, I don't know. It just is like a very
That's not how that
dumb.
works. That's not
No.
how it even works.
Also, you don't even know we're selling to you.
Mhm.
The amount of people I can get, that's the first thing you learn when you're a waitress is selling. The more you sell, the more tip. You can't get, nothing out of nothing.
Right.
Whatever. I don't know. I just got heated.
No, it's your livelihood and people don't take it seriously. It's really annoying.
It's just like the donkey. That's your livelihood. And no one's taking it
It's not the
seriously.
same. No, it can be.
No, it is the same because I'm like, it also isn't my livelihood. Like, even when I wasn't waiting tables anymore, I still had a big, like, I hate when people are rude. There's a duck in here.
How many noises are you gonna make? How many more noises? Do you have like a soundboard over there?
I'm doing Foley work over here. Really. Don't mind me.
He's gonna be like walking on snow in a second.
You're gonna hear a donkey in the background.
Yeah. Oh,
that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah,
Just come out. I just
we
keep
actually
thinking of
brought the
Jenny.
donkey.
We brought the donkey. Can I say this?
Yes.
If you don't get it for the wedding, surprise Dan and get it for your engagement photos. And just have a good hour.
That's a good
you
idea. That's
and
a good
Dan
idea.
and a donkey living it up.
That's unfortunately probably the best compromise, but I'm not telling him it. So.
No, don't.
Yeah. I mean, it probably won't happen. I don't want people to be excited. Don't get your hopes up because I'm like 1v35 right now. So I feel like Drake. It's going to be relevant. Only in that aspect.
Can I ask an Aunt question? I don't get. I mean, maybe the diss stuff. Is it?
Oh.
Is it full? It's full songs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to listen to full songs.
Yes.
This feels like an old aunt.
Yeah, no, it is.
This is an auntie
But
moment.
there's like, here's what I do is because it's full songs, but there's probably like 7 bars that are like, that was really mean. So if you go on TikTok and you just look it up, they just post the parts of the rap that were like really mean and hurtful.
Mhm.
You can catch up pretty fast by doing that.
Because like I just have been hearing other people talk about it, which I hate because I'm like, I think that's the culture we live in. Is it's like nobody actually listens to the whole thing or reads the whole thing or knows the whole thing. But then like Andrew Santino was talking about on his podcast, he's like, I'm just embarrassed for these close to 40-year-old men. And I'm like, yeah, like why? They're not even like the young new. I mean, like they're
making
both,
them money.
They're making so much.
Like
true.
Dude,
It's
I would shit on
again.
you for
Is
like
this just
an
called
hour.
PR? Is this
If we got famous from it, I would fucking be so mean to you. Oh, you could be mean to me.
That's
back.
what
That's
roast
part of it.
battle
I would be like,
is.
here's all my deepest, darkest secrets. Unveil them slowly, please.
Yeah, but
You
you
know
would.
what I mean?
I would be the Drake, and you would be the
No, I have some.
No, because I'm saying
secrets.
no, meaning like I'm not a poet. Like I'm not as good of a writer.
Don't do that. Don't do that. See, that's what you would do, and I'd be so mad. Oh,
Yeah, I don't
sorry,
actually
feel
do it. I'm
bad
just like
for
I
you.
feel. Aw,
I'd be like, Meg, that was too much. Get the fuck. You and your donkey, get out of here.
get out of here with your donkey.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, it's just making money.
No, but at the same time, it is embarrassing. They are old men.
I think it's also just embarrassing. Or okay, maybe we like peel it back a little bit. I mean, why
Are you
is the
thinking of Shrek because of the
culture?
donkey? Because you said donkey like Shrek, and then you said let's peel back the. And then, anyway.
No, I didn't think of that.
Okay.
I'm like, no, my thing is I get why they're doing it. I get why their people are saying do it. Like I get money,
Yeah.
but I don't get why the world is obsessed. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's that ruthless. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, Kendrick is first of all just fun to listen to. I think.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick, and then everyone hates Drake. I am a secret Drake lover. I don't tell anybody because everyone hates him. And I get it. I like Drake because he was really popular when I was in college. So I'm like, yeah, it reminds me of college. But he is cheesy. He's always been corny. So it's one of the greatest rappers of all time. One of the best like social activist rappers of all time who you would think would never stoop so low to get into a rap battle with anyone. Just eviscerating a person that people already fucking hate.
right.
You know what I mean?
Wait, so is it a rap battle or it just was a song and a song? That's what I mean.
It's
like,
multiple songs. It's songs.
I know.
Song.
So did Drake start it?
I think there was something going. This is where it gets hazy for me.
It wasn't an actual rap
think there
battle
was-
though. It didn't happen live, which
What
I was like,
happens is-
that would have been cool.
That would have been sick. What happens is like a song comes out and there's one line that like
Right.
calls.
No, I'm not that dumb. Okay. So what happens is when they're
Okay.
rapping, okay, so two black
A
boys, they're
diss
catting each other up. Okay.
means disrespect.
Yeah. Oh my God. Mine is a balloon.
I don't know. I mean, where do we start?
I guess that's what I mean. Like, where did because to me, it's like, whoa, this other song came out. And I'm like, so it just came from one line. Yes, I know, like all that stuff.
But then like Kendrick was like literally called him and stuff. So
A what?
a pedophile. So
Oh shit.
it was pretty crazy.
That really is.
And like
they're saying it so much now. It's really losing its oomph. You know, everybody's a pedophile these days,
yeah.
which
Everyone
is
a pedophile
gross
these
because
days.
it turns out everybody is a
They are.
pedophile. I think if you get so successful on so many different levels, that this might be a thing we cut out. But like, it's even like going back to like priest stuff. It's like people get to a certain level of power, and it's like, what can I do to not like fuck up my life? Or I don't know. I'm like, it's so gross.
It's really weird. I hear what you're saying. They get so I don't think they're trying to fuck up their I think it's they get to a point where for a second, maybe like they're on drugs or whatever, they think they're too powerful and that there's no consequences for anything that they do.
Right.
Which is
but like I would just do more blow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
my God.
I would just like rent a helicopter and
be fun.
fly somewhere. Like I don't get the idea of like
Someone brought up
we're gonna start a sex ring.
Someone brought up in like 2014 that DJ Khaled
DJ Khaled
major key. He
Another
live
one.
Snapchatted him getting lost on a jet ski, and it is so fucking fun. Like that's what I would do. Like it was like him just talking about being lost. He's like, if anyone knows this person's number, tell them to call me. And it's like him at night, like on a jet ski. Like
that's what I would do.
Yeah, me too.
I would get a donkey for your wedding. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes,
why it's almost, that's what I mean by like, okay, by the way, pedophiles so sad, not at all okay.
I think
none of it's okay. We don't condone anything and that. I think children are our future and we should protect them and teach them well.
I don't like children. But I also don't think they deserve to be pedophiles.
Okay. All right. Well, that's weird. Okay, cool. But I
think that's a fair good
That's
statement.
a fair statement to say.
Maybe not good
No, but I'm just saying, like, why? It's almost getting like, I don't know. It was put in the zeitgeist after the fucking priest. Like, we found out
I think it's like QAnon stuff. I think QAnon people and like those people, they all think that everyone's pedophiles. Every rich person. And then, of course, what's the guy? Epstein or whatever?
Epstein Island.
Did not help.
No. Fun fact about me, you know, like what people like soak in a bath, but what is it called? Something salt?
Epsom.
I call it Epstein salt.
No, you
all the time accidentally.
I was so scared. After someone brings up Epstein Island, you cannot go fun fact about me. Because it scared the shit out of me. I was like, what is this fun fact? And then
I've been to the island. You're like,
so cute.
You thought I just ruined my life. No, like, someone else ruined it for me.
God, that was the fact. Don't do that.
All right. Well,
anyway,
you know what? I feel like
put it in the chat. Should I get a donkey?
Yes. Put in the chat.
Was there a chat?
I don't know. We haven't released any yet. Who knows? Maybe we don't release this. Who knows? It feels like I'm making a private collection of conversations with my friends.
Dude, when I die, just like release it slowly.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I'm just slowly. It's like no one knows I've been doing this project with Neil. He doesn't even know. And then I die, and he's like, "Oh God, I have to edit them into one long viewing." Have a donkey at my funeral. They would hate it.
All right. Make that happen.
I do think we need to wrap this up. Yeah. This was heavy on donkey.
I'm sorry.
I love that. No. I also brought it back to pedophilia, and I did that last week accidentally.
Oh, did that happen last week too?
That was like, it was a little goofier, but now
I brought it up because of Kendrick. That's what happened.
Yeah. And I just am like a little bit like, it's weird we keep talking about it. I feel
like it's comics. It somehow comes up a lot.
Always.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Meg, where can everybody find you? Can we just say Meg and Peg at the same time?
You can find me at Meg Goetz Money on Instagram, and Goetz is spelled Goetz. And you can also listen to my podcast called Real Chills Podcast. It's like paranormal and spooky and fun.
It's really fun. I was on it.
It was a fun episode.
Neil, I love you. Did you have fun today?
This was a blast.
Okay, good. Well, you've been in Aunt Peggy's Parlor. I hope you like it. Subscribe. I don't know. Or maybe you're listening to this at my funeral. Either way, I love you.
Take a picture with the donkey.
Yeah. Take a picture with the donkey.
Hey, how you doing? This is Neil Wood, one of the co-owners of Drop 10 Media Network and who helps run Biggest Little Comedy. You can check out all the other stuff we do at drop10.com. We've got podcasts, live comedy shows, and so much more. Go over there, support your favorite podcasts, follow them, subscribe. We appreciate it. Again, we're 100% DIY, just a bunch of creatives trying to make it in this, and give us some feedback. We always enjoy a little feedback. Thanks.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.